Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is happening, my friends, family, and followers? My name's Hans, and this is What's Your Story? This is the show that I host on a weekly basis, and where we talk to my guests, and we talk about some of the struggles that we go through and the strengths that we've been able to endure some of the struggles and on to our successes. So this week I have my friend this way over here, or this way, depending on where we're at. This is Sam St. Louis, all the way from... Actually, where are you from, Sam?
Haiti. Originally from Haiti, but I live in Kentucky now.
Oh, cool. I don't even know where that is, but, I've been from New Zealand and all.
Yeah, you go.
Nice.
You're all the way out there.
I'm way away. So it's all good. So Sam, what's been happening? What's been happening over the weekend? We had a wee bit of a chit chat prior to going live. What's today over there? I know. On Saturday where you are. What's the general practice on a Saturday morning for you and the fam?
Well, I started a vacation yesterday, so I'm actually going on vacation. I'm going to Michigan, and we kind of every year we go to Michigan, just take a few days off, lay low. There's barely any connection there, so I will be barely on social media. We stay at a chalet with the family, all the kids, and we just kind of relax. So that's what I'm planning here. But typical on a normal Saturday, if I didn't have to go on vacation, I would be at work. I still have my 9 to 5, so I work usually 8 to 6 on Saturday. So I would be at work, but I'm very happy to be here. Very excited to have the day off because there's so much I'm able to do with the kids and my wife. Just spend time with them, just share great memories with them, and just continue to build memories. So which is great. So that's what I've been doing. Just walking around, just having some fun with them. We were working in the yard earlier, so just having fun.
Time to sit down and have a chill for a bit. That's awesome. And you know what I love about I work 9 to 5, but on a Saturday, which is a day off, I'm working from 8 to 6. So you're working on a Saturday and you're working an extra couple of hours. That's awesome, man. I love how you do that. Putting in the yards now for later on down the track.
I mean,
So Sam, excuse me. So Sam, part of the show is about telling a portion of your story, And when you reached out to me and says, "Hey, look, I'd love to share my story," I'm like, "Whoa, I'm honored, man." Like, you say that you're honored, but I'm like blown away that people want to be on my show, man. I'm like, "Whoa, it's out of control." So let's lay down a little bit of facts about Sam. Tell us a wee bit about you and where you come from and part of your story.
Well, this happy guy you see here. He's a little boy who was born in Haiti in the 1980 something, and I was raised by my mom. I didn't get the opportunity to have a father in my life, but it wasn't because he didn't want to be there, but he passed away. I was 4 years old. So really, growing up with my mom, she just supported us throughout the years. But really, the only memory or main memory I have about my dad was when he passed away. I was 4 years old, and I can remember his nose for some reason was bleeding, and they give me a handkerchief. Most people probably don't know what that is, but it's a cloth. So they give me a handkerchief, and I went and wiped his nose, but I was just laughing because I thought it was just funny because I didn't really understand it. But most people were looking at me like, "Why is he laughing?" But I didn't really get it. So fast forward to 10, 12 years old. My mom in Haiti she was a maid, so she worked for this guy who's really well known in Haiti. and he has a lot of money. So she was working 24 hours a day. She never stops. She's always on call. But through all this hard work, she made sure that I had the opportunity to go to school and get an education because she believed in that, even though she didn't get the chance to go to school herself, but she believed that she didn't want me as her son to grow up the same way. So she worked really hard. Um, Growing up, being able to eat wasn't always easy because it was just her. There's so much more she had to do paying for stuff. So she she's a superwoman. She would do whatever she can to make sure we eat. And now, looking back on it, for example, sometimes we would just have bread and sugar. So we would make a sugar sandwich, right? And now my kids just do this. My kids just do this for fun, just they think it's cool. Oh, it's sugar. I'm gonna eat sugar. But I remember when there was a time I had to do this just because that's what I had, you know. And so she never gave up. She kept pushing. But what she instilled in me though was to believe in God. She instilled in me to help and serve people, to never give up, to uh, always believe that tomorrow will be better. Don't focus so much about what happened today. Just learn from it and just believe that tomorrow will be better. That's those were the principles she instilled in me, and she gave me the Bible. She gave me the Word of God. She said, uh, when everybody turn their back on you, God will always be there to support you. So I stayed with that. I never gave up. And when I started about 15, 16 years old, then I felt the pressure to turn around and start supporting my mom. And so
Mm.
I was doing stuff like painting houses, uh, just doing side jobs just to be able to help her out while I'm still going to school. And because it's not everybody understands that, but it is hard sometimes when you wake up at 8, 6, or 5 a.m., whatever it may be, and you're not able to eat something until I don't know 3 or whatever the time may be. So I, you know I felt the pressure to step up and just go out there and just do what I could just to be able to come back and support my family. While she would be telling me, "Hey, you don't have to do that. It's my responsibility as your mom, and to just continue to support you." So it was really hard. The living situation wasn't always best. I remember the person she was working for. He would always make sure his dinner was ready at 3 o'clock, and we would be standing like just I don't know, like we lost. He's eating this great meal, but we're not able to eat because she's not able to provide for us. So that was tough
Mm.
time. But
It,
go ahead.
it is, and you're so right. And oh, I have a wee bit of echo there, but it's what I it, a portion of some of the struggles that we go through, and as you say, having to your mum being so what's the term, so encompassing and loving towards her children, after the departure of your father, she wants to just sort of hold you even closer, and I totally understand that. And in fact, of all the people that I've met over the years, no, there's no word of a lie. You mentioned about the sugar sandwiches,
Yeah.
and you are the only person that I've ever met that has done the same thing as
Yeah.
me, had sugar sandwiches, because you're down on your funds or whatever,
Yeah.
and you are you're buying the bread, which is like 50 cents, and you're buying a super big bag of sugar for $2, and you're living on sugar sandwiches. So look, Red, I can totally understand where you're coming from when you don't have much to eat and you're busting out some sugar sandwiches. And I totally respect that, my man.
Yeah,
Totally respect that.
appreciate it. And I tell you, with that, it just it didn't make me a bitter person. It didn't make me hard on others, but also it changed my heart to feel it when I see somebody struggle because I know what it feels like. I've been through that. I know what it feels like. So I don't want to see somebody else go through that. So that's why,
Mm.
and whenever I see somebody, on the street asking for food or money, whatever it may be, if I'm able to, I always want to support them. If I'm at work and I see somebody, it just come to me and said, "Oh man, I spent so much money," or they're supposed to go to lunch but they don't go. I always make sure I said, "Why you not eating? Do you need me to get you lunch or what's going on?" So always want to make sure they're able to eat because I know it's it's hard to not being able to eat or just to go a few hours without eating. So it's very hard. So that, that's why in my heart I always want to help people out, just support them and lift them
Mm.
because uh, not able to eat is not always the best. You can't think straight, I mean, it's not the best thing. So
No, that's true, and it's so true. When you get to that spot, and with whatever you're trying to get through, and providing the the essentials in essence, i.e. Your food
yeah,
is all important, and your mum's going through not only a physical you know understanding of having to provide for her family, but also she's got to sort of put her own emotions and her feelings aside. So you were saying before that you grew up in Haiti, and so how long were you, like, when did you come to the States, and how far down the track before you made the trip across the water?
I want to say I was born and raised in Haiti, so I've been in the States for I want to say about 14 years now. Um, and I tell you, uh, this there's so many opportunities here in the States, and going back to all the preparation to be able to come here and all the hard work and all the people supporting me so I could come here and it was some sleepless nights just hoping the day would come and the time would come so I could finally go because the way they talk about this country and the American dream, I was excited to be able to go because I was told the grass was so much greener on the other side. And to be honest with you, it is. Nothing's gonna be handed to you. So if you come and you come to do the right thing, you ready to work and put some sweat into it. The grass is greener. So don't uh, let your situation hold you back and feel like somebody owe you something. Nobody owes you anything. You just gotta go out and work for it. So if you have that mindset, then you can do anything.
Absolutely, yes. And it's a change of mindset. When you when we're all, a lot of us are all the same before we come to that epiphany of where what we're doing, and we only know one way sometimes, and it's not until we hear otherwise that we're able to understand that we can have a mindset change and make a better better race, as it were, of our own lives.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got my son who's
No,
yelling at me.
you're fine, man. I closed my door. That's why I'm not having the same situation. So, so you fine. And you know
All
that I
good,
have
man.
5 kids, so no worries there, man. And I'm sure everybody else in the
Yeah.
chat are okay with it. What's up, everybody? Joey, Lisa, What's going on, everybody? Thank you for jumping on, Steve.
Yeah, thanks.
So, um, so going back to that, man. Uh, hey, I know a lot of people hear about Haiti, and it's not easy to live in Haiti because not all of us have the opportunity to work or have a, if I should say, a rich parent. If somebody who has money is gonna take care of you every day. So, like I was telling everybody, and I want to say to all the ladies in here, uh, big shout out to you. You all are all my heroes because uh, I was raised by my mom, and she was this role model that I didn't have because a lot of time people are making the excuses that there's a lot of homes without the father in there, but the moms are stronger. The moms are very strong. There's so much love to give. They can give the strength and the love. So it's almost like a double dose. So big shout out to you all ladies because you got it. Even if you're in a tough situation right now, it doesn't define where you're going. So don't give up.
Mm,
Don't let go. Just keep pushing. Just believe that there's a God out there. There's a God in the sky. There's a God in the heavens that here to protect you and help you see through whatever the situation you're going on and that's going on in your life right now. And just continue to absorb. He would never give you something that he knows that you wouldn't be able to handle. So just continue to fight through it. There's better days ahead of you.
no, that is so true. And, and it's seen that I mean, not only do the mums have to give birth to us, but they provide for us and they provide their emotional strength for us. And I guess for a lot of the times they do provide more than an emotional strength. So I guess they give us that solidification of what it is to belong and what it is to push and drive later on down the track. Now, I'm not taking away that the fathers don't do the same. I'm just
Exactly.
saying that there is a lot of you hear a lot of stories where the mothers have endured so much and to be for lack of a better term, mothers of the year.
There you go. That's one way to put it. I mean, they play the role of a
Hmm.
dad and the role of the mom, and they do it so well. Uh, and you know, they have the strength. So that's why I don't like when I hear people secondhand moms because like, oh, this child is this way because it's there's no dad in the house. And I think it's people need what people needs more is a heart change instead of the situation change because people focus so much more in the now or the bad situation than really trying to see how I can help change that situation. You know what I mean? They focus so much more in the situation than trying to find a way to turn it around. So I think that's what the main problem is. So
That's true. Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, look, Sam, I do on the show there occasionally I get the guests to bust out a little surprise, a little a memento or a little item that they may or may not have. Do you have one of those items handy?
um, I actually do. Um, I will. I, I will have to go off camera and
What?
get something.
You can just tell it. You can. Look, I tell you what we'll do. We'll switch it up a little. Is there anything that you can grab within an arm's reach? Because we
No,
don't want to leave the guest hanging.
and let me just tell you guys about it. And it's not really uh, it's not big, but it means so much to me. And it's a picture of me, my mom, and my older brother. Um, that picture, also on the back of that picture, my mom wrote Psalm 91, and she said, "This is the psalm I'm giving you." And you can always lean back on that. You can always read it when you feel down. You can always read it in time of trouble. So I kept that picture and I always go back to it. I always read that psalm. So it stays in my wallet. I'm always with it. It's always with me. So really the main thing to me, regardless of everything else I brought with me. That's the main object to me that stays close to
Mm.
my heart because of the picture of the people that are in it, and also that psalm that she gave me.
Nice, nice, absolutely. And and those little mementos that you have, with loved ones and or pictures or videos or whatever they are, they do mean so much. And for a long time I was, I never had any of those things, and it's not until I had the kids that I have my own ones now. But so often it's just like, why do people carry those things? And that was me. I was looking from the other side of the fence, going, why do
Yeah,
you do that? Why do you have rabbits for? Why do you have a photo? Why do And it's not until you actually understand that those things actually mean and hold you, and they actually give you strength,
yeah, it
and
does.
and so that is like, that's admirable, man. I love the fact that your mum's written on the back of the photo as well.
Yes. So it's that was her own love letter to me too. That she could not come with me, but she gave me something. It's as if she was always with me through the journey. So, um, and I got to tell you guys, she's still there. She's still alive. She's still kicking. Um, she's she's the best. She went through so much, and now dedicate my life to help her out, support her in any way I can. Um, but with that being said, me right as a life coach, also she she instilled that in me to always serve people, to always have a soft heart and try don't put myself first, but put the other person in front of me first. Find a way how I can make that person's day better, how I can uh, help them out of that situation they are in. So that's what she instilled in me. She's she always says, "Don't be like an empty barrel. Empty barrel makes a lot of noise. So don't try to be the front end center. Don't try to get all the recognition, but put people first, and then your reward will come." So that's what she always says to me. So that's key.
Nice. Oh, absolutely. And I think it's the old adage of, serve others first, and I guess not only do you become happier, and it doesn't matter whether or not you receive any sort of gratitude from others. I guess you have your own gratitude when you're serving others and you're giving out to others, because you become a more, that's not even the right term. You become understanding that it's not all about you. It's not all about us. It's about giving to others, because others, especially being in the situations that we've been in, don't sometimes they don't have the strength to stand up and carry on, or they sit down for a little bit longer than they really need to. And having been able for you to share your story, and all those others out there who share their stories, you're giving an insight into your life, and people can see it and go, oh, I can relate to that. And look, Sam's gotten up and moved forward and pressed towards his goals and his dreams, and being able to have a family and all these things. And as much as his life is hard sometimes,
Yeah,
we as people, as individuals, sometimes sit down and sort of wallow in our own hurt and pain. But to be able to stand up and get up and move forward
yeah,
shows a sign of strength, and also a sign of progression, that we want to move away from that pain.
exactly, exactly. And growing up, I wasn't always this perfect kid. I mean, we got in trouble. I hung out with the wrong crowd, but I always tell myself I'm not gonna end up in prison, because in prison I will never be able to pay back what my mom did for me. I will never be able to make sure another mom does not go to the same situation. I will never be able to have a family and then really show what it should be like. So I told myself, I set my mind straight and forward to having a better life, have the life that I wish that my mom had for us. But I didn't never held it against her, because even though sometimes growing up, and you when you get that feeling you're starving, you can't eat, and I would get upset at her. But looking back, she could not do anything. She didn't have the money to go purchase anything. She didn't have somebody she could go and borrow some money. So I had to really live with it and start building that understanding that, hey, my mom loves me. She just is unable to provide for me at the time, but tomorrow will be better. I have a great, great father. I have a God that's will provide for her. So I just got to believe and live in faith and continue to push forward, continue to press forward, and tomorrow will not be the same. And tomorrow was never the same. Was it? Was it paradise? No, but it was never the same. She always made sure the next day she was able to get something for us. She always made sure. And there were times, and so she went through so much to make sure she put us in school that she had to pay monthly. And there were times, people would come in the classroom because it's here it is the 15th, the 16th of the month, and she still haven't been able to make her payment for our school. And I know my name would be on that list because I know she didn't have the money. Um, but I would always show up. Hey, if you skip me, then I'm gonna get a little more today in education. If you send me home, I know I'm gonna reach out to a friend and get the notes and continue to study because I had a goal to better myself. So it's it's what you want. It's what you envision for yourself. And I work very hard now just to make sure. And I work hard and smart. I use my
Mm,
head to help people out and to make sure my family does not go through or grow up the way I grew up. So, and I
absolutely.
still go back to the mindset, just believe and set yourself forward to do it. And I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat to put that in there. If you guys would put I am possible, because you are all possible. Whatever you going through right now is not the end for you. It's just getting started because you're gonna have a better life. So everybody type I'm possible.
Nice, and that's so true. And you mentioned that you mentioned there before that you decide. Once you'd sort of gotten yourself together and gathered your senses, I guess, you decided that you wanted to go out there and train in high school or college or university or whatever. Whatever. I'm not really sure
Yeah,
the educational system over there.
I got high
So
school. I got high school out of
you
the same way.
decided that you wanted to chase that dream of bettering yourself in education so that you could steer away from that potential regurgitating cycle and move away from that. So, you know, from now, from your part of your story that you've been in, you've come to America and the land of opportunity or whatever it's called, and you're now ready to sort of push through all that stuff, push it to the side, and go right. What am I going to do? Where am I going? What am I? Lord help me. What's going on? How did that change for you at that particular time to put you on the right path, to put you on that path to where you are today?
Well, before I answer that question or maybe add to it, I want to say to everybody that are jumping on right now, or I will be writing a book about my story, about my journey, about my struggles growing up in Haiti. So it would take so much to tell you guys really about 20, 25 years of the life I lived in Haiti. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of it. Uh, but to answer your question, Hans, the minute I came to this country, I had a vision. And the vision was that I will not live the same life I live in Haiti. My kids, my family would not live the same life that I lived down there. And I tell people that not so they can feel sorry for me, but I tell you that so you can better yourself. I tell you that so you can go out there and reach for whatever you want. Just go out there, do whatever you need to do. So fast forward, um, I've been called a workaholic because I believe in working. So I work very much. I work a lot, and with everything I went through, it made me stronger as a person. It made me stronger to help people, but it did not make me if a tight rod because I'm always willing to help people out. And with that, so and I've always loved computer stuff. So I went to school to get a degree in computer science. So I started 2 years later, and I had that love, and I really felt like that's not really where I want to go. That's not really where I want to be. So I stopped that and started doing life coaching. And throughout that, then I wrote my book about affiliate marketing, which I put a lot into it. I spent a lot of money to put it together, but I don't sell it for that much because I want people to be able to get it. I know so many people have a desire to stay at home or just be work online or have a blog and just do affiliate marketing stuff. So it's really cheap so people can get it. And this is a way for me to be able to give back. I'm also, it's dear to my heart. I'm also having my agenda to have some type of foundation where I'm able to, it's going to start with Haiti, but where I'm able to give free shoes to kids or adults, whoever is in need of shoes, because it wasn't always easy to get shoes for me growing up. So I know the struggle, so that's something I want to do. And I want to also, I write, and what I write is things to help people out. So my focus is always service. It's always how I can make something better for the person in front of me or the person coming after me. So that's the focus, and that's what I want to continue to do. And I also want to declare on here that my heart, I want to become a speaker. I want to become a communicator. I want to become a helper. So, because I think I want just by going places to where people are having a hard time, just showing some good words with them, whether it's the gospel or just giving them some uplifting uh,
Mm.
messages will help them and help them understand or remind them there's more they can do than just letting failure pushing them down or letting uh, hard time pushing them down. They can get back up. So
Absolutely, and so many of us that that spot where it's we see these people out there, authors and whatnots, and all these, from the outside looking, from the outside looking in, we're like, oh, they've got it, and da 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 da. But they don't understand that the struggles that we've been through have created the strength within us to be able to push through all of that pain and hurt to be able to get to where we are today. And and there are people out there that don't really understand that, and as a communicator and as a motivator and inspirator, then that's, I guess, that's a part of our job to do, to be able to do that and to inspire others so that they can see that success is for everybody. It's not some magic pill that we can take, or it's not some magic course that we read about or anything like that, but it's just it's attainable for everybody.
yeah,
And you like you say, you've already written your first book. It's sitting there on Amazon,
yeah, it's on
and
Amazon.
now you're looking to write a second book, which is, I am guessing, is a biography
More
of
so,
your own life, on how you've gone from here to there, and
exactly.
it's just a continual journey.
Yeah, exactly. Um, just believe, 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 believe. Just
Exactly.
declare,
Having that belief in yourself.
declare on yourself that you can do it. And I mean, not everybody likes the saying that I can do everything I put my myself to or my mind to. I can be whoever I want. I can be anything that I want to. Not everybody believes it. You can. Now, Will you succeed at all of them? No. But what you need to do is don't stay down, get back up and try to get the next step, or try to readjust and then move forward, and then just you know rethink the process and look back at your mistakes and see where did you go wrong. What did I not spend enough time on the plan, or did I just go at it just to go at it? Did I just go head first but not really think it through? So you have to do that, but you can be whoever you want to be. You can be anything you want to be. You just have to put your mind to it. And this one quote that I love so dearly, it's don't let anybody give you permission. Don't wait for anyone's permission. Just take it. Go for it. You have the power within you. Just go for it. Take it. Don't let somebody tell you. I mean, even if it's your parent, your husband, your wife, your mom, your daughter, your kids, whoever it is. Because what happened in that case, I want you to be greedy. Be greedy about it. Hey, say it's
Hmm.
me first. Let me get myself better first, so I can help people. Because that's key. If you're not in the right place, if you don't have yourself straight, you can't help people. So that you have to understand that. So you have to take care of you,
Absolutely.
and then be able to uh, help others, because you can't really spread the light if you don't have the light within you.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Hey, look, Sam. Look, I appreciate the time that you've spent with me. And I am wary of the time that we, with family and whatnot, and being the middle of the day over there. Family's important.
Yeah.
Look, I do like want to sort of cut it short, and finish up and wind down. But I do have a special. I call it special because I love doing random things. I do like, I do like, I do like flipping the script and putting different stuff out there. And in particular, part of my show that I like to do with guests is, as I get my phone ready, is ask them a quick 10-second question. Like, I give them a question,
Okay.
and they got to give me 9 answers. So we call that the 10-second game here. And I know I have a couple of fans that enjoy it, and I have gone through a lot of the questions from the guests.
Okay.
And basically, it's like, seriously, it is random. So it's for me, it's about sort of winding down and just having a chill moment during the middle of the show, and also being a speaker, it enables to be able to think quick and off the cuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. So I'm just trying to find my talking and finding my timer.
All right.
So 10 seconds is already there. Now I better take the mute off so you can hear it. All right, so I'll give you a question.
Okay.
You've got 10 seconds. Give me 9 answers, and we'll go from there. Now, it is a repeat question, but you haven't seen any of my shows, and you don't know which one it might be. So it's always a good one. So, all right. So I'd like you to name notification. Right. So I'd like you to name 10 superheroes. Go.
Michael Jordan, Tony Robbins, Michael Hyatt. The number one is my mom. Myself.
Keep going.
Martin Luther King Jr.
I love it. Nice. There you go. And you know what? And it's funny that how you have.
And these are my superheroes. My superheroes.
Exactly. I've asked this before. This is the very same question, and they're like Superman, Batman, Iron Man.
Right.
And they go off all those ones. But you're the only person that has gone like, wow, Michael Jordan,
These
and
are
Tony
my
Robbins.
superhero. Yeah.
And it's just like your superheroes, and I find that very interesting, and it tells me a lot.
Yeah.
So awesome! Thank you for that. So look, Sam, I'll give you the last word of the show. Prior to my wrap up, and give us a quote. Give us something for everybody out there. A word of wisdom, as it were, the wow thing, as I correct my hat.
All right.
For everybody before I do the wrap up.
All right. Well, first I want to start by saying thank you so much, Hans, for this opportunity, and thank you to everyone else watching, everybody in the chat. I'm very grateful that you guys spent your time just listening to me and uh, just listen to a little bit of my story. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for that. Again, Hans, this is an amazing opportunity. Thank you so much. What you're doing out there is really big. It's a really big thing. So just keep doing it. Don't give up, sir. Thank you so much. So I want to share a quote with you guys before I just finish. It goes like that. Don't wait for anyone's permission to be successful. Take it. Don't wait for anyone's permission to be successful. Just take it. It's by Darren Hardy. So what's this saying to me is I'm not gonna wait for my teacher. I'm not gonna wait for my boss. I'm not gonna wait for my wife, my mom, or anybody else to be a speaker. I'm not gonna wait for anyone else to just go out there and serve people. But I'm just gonna go and get it. Just have a vision and go for it. Just reach out for it. So I want you to know whatever you may be going through right now, just know that's not the end for you. Whatever you're going through right now, just know it's only shaping you because you got better things to do. So you just being equipped right now. So just learn as much as you can, get all the tools that you can because you're gonna need them in that next chapter in your life. Again, to all the dads and moms out there, just continue to do what you're doing, instill the right things in your child. And I love you all. Continue to pray, believe in God. The number one weapon you have is the Bible. It's a love letter. You can always go back to it and read. So thank you, and thank you again. I'm very honored and grateful.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you, everybody out there in the interwebs and wherever you might be into the ether. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you gathered some insight into what it means. As in, we all have a story. I have a story, you have a story, Sam has a story. So everybody, and so often we find ourselves in a place of being stuck, and sometimes we find ourselves being in a place where we don't feel we can push through and get through it. But in actual fact, it is. So surrounding yourself with the right people, surrounding yourself with the people that will want to see you succeed, can also aid you in being able to push through those hard times. So that is What's Your Story, episode 12. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week on What's Your Story.